Good morning, everyone. I know it's been a bit, but there's lots been happening here on the farm. Well, we've had 2 goat deaths, not unrelated. The first one was Blue Eyes. Remember, I had 2 little black goats, and I had put one in the breeding pen, and that's how I got my beautiful blue-eyed Peanut. Well, it took about 2 weeks, but we tried everything. Slowly, his nervous system. We looked for snake bites. We cleaned out the pen. We just couldn't figure it out. So he passed. And then I had to go on a business trip. And on this business trip, I call her a pet server. She's really a farmhand. And she called me and said, "Remember Licorice, the beautiful goat I saved from the family that wasn't treating her right? She had a bad hip." Well, I've only had her not even 4 months. Well, it turned out, before I left, I said, you know what? Because I was going to do her hooves, and she had one bad one. And I know she was getting upset. When I touched her, I said, oh my God, I think she may be pregnant. So I told her to keep an eye on her, and I'll be back in a couple days. She says, no problem. Well, got the call that she had prolapse. And she knew what to do. She's keeping me informed. My neighbor came over and helped and knew how to put it back in and to keep it moist and keep an eye on it. And normally a lot of people put a band over it to keep it in. I didn't have any of those. Something I'm going to look into. And she did not make it, neither did her baby. And her Blue Eyes, Fred and Barney are all buried together in my little goat cemetery. My neighbor and her, buried her, dug a hole and buried her. And I'm very grateful for my neighbor and Angel. What else has been happening is my husband had to have eye surgery. He had did the VA. But we were trying to go through our regular insurance, and we were right up there to get the eye surgery. He has like a film on his eye, and he couldn't see. A puckering, as they called it. And we got there, and they said, well, the insurance covers the doctor, but nothing else. That was canceled. We said, we're going through the VA. Boom, 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 boom. No less. Well, when I got back to my trip, the next day, it was to take him in for his surgery. Well, we went to do that, and he said his leg was bothering him. Well, we came home. Next day, we had to go back so they can check on the eye. So we went back to the VA, and that's when he says, I think I'm going to go to the emergency room. He was joking. He always does. He says, probably got caught. So, I'm thinking, oh, my God. And I looked at it. Being in the healthcare before I retired. Sorry about that. Dogs are playing. I should have known, I guess. Maybe. I'm not sure. That wasn't my specialty. So now, my husband spends a day or 2 in the hospital. He's on blood thinners. Boys! Never a dull moment. And, he's home resting. And I'm getting ready to make some breakfast. And it's just water, guys. Oh, and the best part is, I found a snake in the barn. It was a black snake, but I tripped over it. It was huge, just longer than me, and I'm only 5'4". So it tells you how big it is. You know me, snakes. Anyway, so I got a 5-gallon thing of vinegar. And because I can't put snake away, I'm afraid, the way they nibble on grass and stuff. I probably could put it underneath of the little blue barn, but I'm just going to spray it with vinegar. Snakes are very sensitive. Their tongues, they don't like anything that burns them in a weird way. They're not touching it, but you smell something so bad. Anyway, so I'm going to do that today. Tomorrow we have something my husband normally does, but cannot. It's coming to clean the air conditioning unit, service it. And so that's tomorrow. I'm going to have my stand, so I will be live. I know this is an important weekend. So, but I have some things coming. I found my my cotton flannel material, so I can start making my reusable cloth paper towels and my face wash, my washcloths, and all that stuff. I'm so looking forward to, because it's taken me a while. It's taken me a while to find these things because my store, you all know, went out of business. So I kind of used up what I had, and I'm being very picky about what I purchase because the material is so expensive these days. And I'm trying to buy it in a way that my cost does not go up to you. And that's the most important part. I have removed a lot of stuff from the Etsy store because I had such little inventory left. Now, I am going to answer a question that someone's asked me many times, especially at my stand. Is what do you do with the oops? I still sell the oops. They're just not full price. They're still perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just maybe thread missed, or the line's not straight, or, you know, you understand what I'm saying. So, at this time, that is what has been happening here. Peanut and his brothers, not Peanut, but his brothers, will be posted up for sale. I hate to. I get so close to the babies. I hate to see them go. I'm also thinking I'm going to be changing how I sell them. I want someone to fill out a name, an address, and have to be a member of my Facebook page so I can keep an eye on my goats. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I've had my goats found somewhere else because I used to tag them. They took the tag out of the ear, but I happened to be delivering something, and I looked over and I was like, that's one of my goats. And they're like, well, someone bought the goat and decided the goat was not worth, kept getting out of the yard. Well, they didn't have proper fencing. And I told them that's not proper fencing. I also will not sell my goats singly anymore because a goat has to have a companion. Has to. If you want to buy two brothers or two sisters, that's fine. That's fine. You want to buy a girl and a boy non-related, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem when you take a goat and it's all by itself in your yard. It's your kid's pet, but you know what? That kind of wears off after a while. So I'm not trying to be mean or disrespectful to anybody. I am just trying to be a good goat mom, and a lot's been on my plate. And I'm trying to keep a smile, trying not to cry. I tried doing this a few days ago, and in the last 3 weeks, my cat is trying to walk across the thing here. So it's going on breakfast time, and I gotta get out and I'll get the goats some fresh water today, and I'm gonna start taking some photos of them. And yeah, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you that lovely snake. So hope you all have a wonderful time. Have a great Thursday. And keep smiling. Bye-bye, y'all.